It's the moment you've been waiting for. It's SLASR's Golden Gaiter Awards, where you, the listeners, voted for the best of the White Mountains hiking community. Sit back and get ready to find out the winners in 48 separate categories. Here are your hosts, Mike and Stump.
Okay, this is episode 96, the Golden Gaiter Award.
Wow. Amazing turnout. This is going to be a great night. Award shows are so much fun. Oh, Mike, what kind of award do you give someone who has not moved a muscle in over a year? A trophy.
Oh, that's a good one, Stomp. This night may be a disaster, but that may be true, particularly for hikers. But did you hear I made an award that actually looks like a cat's rear end?
Really?
Nobody liked it, though.
How come?
It was a catastrophe.
Well, tonight we have help passing out the awards, thank God. Mrs. Stomp is here. Did you know she's Italian? I was a little hesitant to have her on, though. Italians can't be trusted at award ceremonies. They've been known to rig a Tony.
It just keeps getting better, Stomp. I really wouldn't worry about that, though. We've got Agent Sweezy to keep an eye on things.
Oh, good.
You know she just busted an accountant, right?
Really?
Yep, she found a calculator on scene.
Oh, that adds up.
Boy. Oh, boy. Well, Stomp, I actually have one more impromptu joke that I want to throw in. I was hiking Cannon this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was going up High Cannon.
Okay.
And I had this dad joke epiphany, so I said to the people I was hiking with, I was like, what do you call High Cannon when we head back down?
What?
Bye, Cannon. Excellent.
Oh, my
joke.
God.
So, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stomp. Let's get started.
Oh, that was epic.
So what's everybody wearing? How about you, Mike?
I am wearing a tuxedo jacket that is by Outdoor Research.
Nice.
Custom made for me.
Yeah. Athletic cut, I'm assuming.
It is. And then I also ordered special Z Cavarici going back to the 80s. Remember Z Cavarici?
Oh, yeah. Liberty Tree Mall, baby.
Yep. My gaiters are by Z Cavarici, and they're denim.
Denim. And you, Asian Sweezy?
Let's see. Today I have on my best olive drab green Patagucci overalls.
Sweet. Those are looking nice. And you, Mrs. Stomp?
Tonight I'm wearing a sheer black hoodie, Columbia by Chanel, with Louis Vuitton leggings and my Meow Meow Versace kitty slippers.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I went all out.
Isn't that encouraging knowing that these designers are getting into the hiking scene now? It's so wonderful. I'm wearing a Dior wicking vest with $2,000 Mischief pink boots from Reckless Steve and a pair of 3-season polyester pants from Gucci. So we are ready to rock and roll. Let's.
Well, Stomp, hold on a sec. What about Daphne the cat? Is the cat wearing the tuxedo tonight?
Yes, she is.
She's
holding the winter envelopes currently.
Yes,
Excellent.
she's handing out the envelopes. Yes.
Okay,
So
just needed to verify that.
are we ready to rock it? Listeners have submitted their votes for the best of the White Mountains over the last several weeks. And these categories range from best hike to best clothing to best after hike food, you name it. So 48 categories, and we're about to find out what the listeners prefer. So it's going to be awesome.
All right, very good. So let's get on to our first category then.
Base Layer Brand.
All right, so the winner for best base layer brand is Smart Wool.
Woo!
Woo!
Excellent. Smart wool. Nice stuff.
I've got some Smart Wool socks. Pretty great.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
How about a runner-up? Any runner-ups, Lynn?
Let's see. Runner-up is a 4-way tie this time between EMS, Virgin Outdoor, -33, and Patagonia.
Awesome. Yeah, cool.
All great brands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I have a Smart Wool shirt, and then I also have an EMS shirt as well that I use as a base layer.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that stinky, which I'm impressed with. Sometimes those things get stinky, but mine aren't.
I have a Virgin Outdoor Highlander hoodie on, as it were, under my Patagucci overalls.
Yeah. I've got a lot of -33 stuff, which I really enjoy, for sure.
Mid-layer brand.
The winner for mid-layer brand is Virgin Outdoor by a substantial amount.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, these guys have been up in Lincoln for several years now, and I think they're starting to gain some traction for sure. It's great. So, yeah, by a substantial count, the votes came in heavy for the mid-layer brand. And I hear they're branching out into different products as well, so keep an eye out for Virgin.
Yeah.
Second place was Smart Wool, actually, so pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I need to I got to check out Virgin for sure, but I think a mid-layer brand, like I have this new Helly Hansen like pullover that I've been wearing, which I think is a mid-layer, right? So a mid-layer is like something that you can wear, like that's basically what you wear most of the time you're hiking in the winter, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it goes between your base, and your outer.
Yep.
Mike, it was expensive, but you're worth it.
It was expensive. It was very expensive. But I told my wife, I was like, oh, I really like this. And she's like, I noticed. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be wearing it a lot. And she's like, I noticed. And she's like, good thing you're going to get your money's worth.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's super comfortable.
Puffy Jacket brand.
All right, so the winner for best puffy jacket brand is Patagonia.
Wow. Patagonia is a legendary brand, for sure. I have stuff from Patagonia that's like 30 years old, and it's still tough as hell. So that's awesome.
I feel like it's like, I think I have a Patagonia jacket, so I'm not a hater, but I do feel like it's a little like basic. Like I would have thought that our listeners would have been like, I like Rab or like Mountain Hardwear or, you know, some of these like popular brands that the thru hikers use. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like I'm a little disappointed in the listeners in this one.
You're saying they're base? They're
I feel like they're pretty basic.
Ouch.
All right. Well, before we piss them off, let's move on.
All right, I apologize.
Outer Shell Rain Layer brand.
A winner for Outer Shell and Rain Layer brand is a two-way tie between Outdoor Research and Patagonia.
Mrs. Stomp is running the
Daphne to get
envelopes.
the other envelopes.
No, it isn't. She's sleeping.
How about you move the envelopes?
Listen,
Yeah, so for the listeners, just before we get to this award, Daphne is laying across the paper that we're using to simulate our envelope ripping. Oh, I just gave away our secret, but anyway.
Oh, man. The audience knows.
Mountain Summit.
moving along, the winner for Best Mountain Summit is
This is gonna be a good one.
Mount Adams.
Yeah, baby. I agree with that. Adams is my fave, for sure.
That's such a hard one for me, I feel like.
Why?
There's just so many.
Of course. Well, this is the consensus, though, which is pretty interesting.
Adams is amazing.
Yeah.
You get that view, but without, the Mount Washington line to the summit.
It seems a little more extreme than Mount Washington in some ways to me.
I agree.
And it has like a mythology around it with all the search and rescue and everything else.
Yeah.
And what
Top
do you
of
guys
the world
think?
feel.
Yeah, for sure.
How can you argue?
Yeah.
with Mount Adams. I guess you could say like Jefferson maybe, but I get the point. Like Mount Washington kind of ruins itself because it's too developed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Adams is a good option.
Well, the second place runner-ups, it was a two-way tie between Lafayette and, wait for it, I was surprised by this, but I understand it, Mount Monroe. How cool is that? Mm-hmm. I mean, for bang for your buck, it's safe. You've got the hut. You've got ammo right there to bail out if you need to, and you've got a hell of a view there. I think Monroe is a cool choice. So we have some really savvy listeners here with some nice tastes, huh? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Mount Adams is the number one mountain summit for listeners that responded to our questionnaire.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be hitting Adams for my 48 Peaks hike this year.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Sunrise View.
Let's see. Next up, we have the best sunrise view. And the winner is a 4-way tie between Cannon, Moosilauke, Pierce, and Washington.
I say if you're on top of any mountain, the sunrise is going to be great.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's funny, a 4-way tie. Oh, Cannon's all right. Yeah, Cannon. I would even go lower than that and go to Bald Mountain and the Artist Bluff loop. Bald Mountain's probably one of the best spots around, but hey.
Yeah.
I default to the listeners.
Hey,
Power
remember
to the
we
listeners.
did Sunrise, Mike, me, you, Chaga, and Stomp. We did Chikora one time.
That's what I was going to say. Exactly, Mrs. Stomp is like, I feel like, and I wonder like if the listeners skew more towards like coming up north on the 93 side versus 16. But for me, for Sunrise, and we'll be talking about Chikora and other categories here, but for me, Chikora is like the best because it's the first, it's the one of the more southern mountains, and it's just a straight shot when the sun rises. Like there's no obstructions whatsoever for other mountains or anything else. So I feel like some of these other peaks, like Moosilauke is kind of the same way, but I do wonder like Pierce is like maybe a little bit obstructed sometimes, but I don't know. I think Chikora would be an honorable mention for me.
That's true. Shame on the listeners. Shame. All right.
Sunset View.
All right, so the winner for best sunset view is a 3-way tie between Osceola, Chikora, and West Bond.
Nice. Well, Chikora, Osceola, that's nice. West Bond is probably my favorite peak, but I've never considered that for sunset. Wow.
Yeah, West Bond is known as the best peak for sunset because what people do is they'll get settled into Guyot and then head over there for dinner and watch the sunset. So it's facing towards the west. But Osceola surprises me because Osceola is more
facing south.
It's facing more south. So I'm surprised that got a sunset. For me personally, what was a good place to see a sunset is Impface as well.
When I think sunset, I think I don't want anything to the west. I want nothing to the west. So for me, it would be the Kinsmans or something. Moosilauke. Moosilauke would be a fantastic sunset mountain, I would bet. Not that I've done that, but maybe I put that on the list. Cool.
Yeah, interesting. So these are good categories here.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Vaucluse gear. Back sweat sucks in all types of weather and hikes. Not only is it uncomfortable, sweat is a risk factor, causing your core temperature to fluctuate if it doesn't evaporate off your back. Check out Vaucluse's Cool Dry Backpack Airflow Frame, a backpack accessory that installs on your favorite pack sized 18 liters to 65 liters and creates an airflow gap between you and your pack. Whether you're in hot or cold temps, even if you have a pack with a curved frame, The cool dry frame is a real game changer when it comes to airflow. Visit vauclusegear.com to order a cool dry frame today.
On trail music genre.
Next is the best on-trail music genre. And the winner is...
That was a nice one.
We're getting better at that.
The winner is Nobody by a substantial margin.
Exactly.
Thank
Because
God.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So again, and the audience, like, you can judge me, but like, I have not been paying attention to this. So the question is, what's your favorite on-trail music genre? So this was a trick, right? You were expecting everyone to say no music, right?
Well, maybe, but...
I think some people listen to music, but in general, I'm glad that the consensus was no. I want to be at peace with nature, which I'm reading into that, of course. But it was a substantial margin, like literally 99% of the votes were for no music on trail, which is very interesting.
You know,
Nice.
I have a story about. I don't listen to music that much. But I do have a story about when I was in Iceland. I was hiking in this. It was this peak called Hafnarfjall, and there was like me and just goats everywhere. And I was up above this like Borganes, which is this town that oversees the ocean. And I felt like that scene in The Sound of Music. And I put this song on, and I'll share the song. It's called Sleepy Maggie, and it is like the most epic, like,
That's so
I'm on a
romantic.
mountain hiking. Well, matter of fact, hold on a sec. I'm gonna put it in.
It's so romantic. Just you and some goats.
Yeah,
What's
I'm gonna put it on
happening?
here. So hold on. I'm just gonna put it on behind me right now.
Mike's other side.
Like, it's called Sleepy Maggie. So I just put this on as I'm like hiking in Iceland on this big ridge. And I'm overlooking the ocean, and it got me into a vibe.
Yeah. Too funny. Any other final comments on that?
I have a hiking buddy, Stealth, who does what's called the music mile. So when you're getting to the last mile of your hike, she plays a little music for motivation.
Nice.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I have one story. I was coming up Osgood Trail. We were coming up Osgood Trail, Mrs. Storm, heading towards Madison. Remember that one person that came down? We heard music like almost an hour away from when we saw this person. And as you know, Osgood Trail has Falls Peak after Falls Peak after Falls Peak after Falls Peak.
I don't remember that. I was dying.
Okay. Well, there was somebody playing music, and they finally came up to us, and they were just blasting like rap music. And it was so annoying because we heard it for so long, just reverberating through the mountains. So anyway.
So you were on like the most annoying trail in the Whites, and the most annoying person was hiking up behind you.
Well, actually, they were coming down towards us.
Oh, they were coming down.
And I think, if I remember correctly, I could see them, and I'm like, damn it, they're probably playing that music. Oh, and sure enough. Anyway.
That Osgood Trail is the one trail I have not turned around
It's
very
so good.
often.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
tough.
turned around on hikes very often. We were done. Like, we hiked it like early winter.
Yeah.
And there was snow, but it wasn't enough to fill in the crevices. We were like falling into rocks. I was like, oh, the summit's got to be right there. It's like Falls Peak after Falls Peak. Finally, we just turned that. We got to Daniel Webster Trail, like, intersection, and we would just like, forget it. We're just going to turn around.
Yeah, it's a brutal one, but it's a beautiful trail nonetheless.
Yeah.
Hiking Hostel.
And the winner for Best Hiker Hostel is Notch Hostel.
Nice.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, they deserve it. They've been around for several years now, and huge HE population visits there during the summer months. Nice
I
work.
love that place. It's so nice, clean, comfortable, friendly. They're the best over there.
Yeah, and it's funny. There was a couple runner-ups which I don't have listed in front of me. But yeah, they're killing it, which is fantastic.
I honestly don't know of any other hostels. I know the Rattle River hostel was open, but I think that's closed now. So I don't even know of any other hostels. I know I've heard nothing but good things about the Notch Hostel, but I know they have a cool dog, but I don't know of any other hostels around.
Yeah, there are a couple, and they were certainly listed. I mean, I guess what we can do after this award ceremony is release all the results and let people poke around. But there was no clear winner amongst the second place winners. You know, Notch was definitely ahead by a substantial lead.
I think Northeast Mountaineer has they have some hostel spots or something like that, and then obviously there's like the AMC camps.
Yeah.
So I have the honorable mentions, and some of them it's Barn Door Hostel.
Ah, that's right.
Is the other one, and I guess that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, Barn Door and Notch.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Good stuff.
Yep. Remember, this is all based upon listener voting, so it's pretty interesting. Maybe next year more people will be involved and recruit others to vote for them and everything else. It could really blossom.
I know if I need to rest my head, I'm staying at the Stomps Hostel. I've slept down in the Woodpecker studio before.
Yeah, that's right.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Hiking Outdoor Adventure Movie.
And the winner for Best Hiking and Outdoor Adventure Movie is 14 Peaks.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's the one with Nimsday, yeah?
Yeah. All the Sherpas crushing all those peaks within a really short time frame.
In second, there was a three-way tie between Maru, Free Solo, and Into the Wild, which is my favorite.
Me too.
I love that one.
Yeah, it is interesting to see all the Jimmy Chin associated folks coming up to the top there.
I was surprised that The Alpinist wasn't on there.
Good point.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I also am surprised that Die Hard didn't make the list, because Die Hard is a hiking outdoor adventure movie.
Oh, boy.
It's true.
It's a Christmas movie and an outdoor hiking adventure movie.
Well, actually,
Christmas hiking.
now that you mention it, Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone.
That's a good one.
That's a hell of an outdoor adventure movie. Yep. Good climbing.
And just because you asked, Mike, The Alpinist does show up in a few instances from listener votes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so we have Agent Sweezy has the finger on the pulse of the internal data. This is great.
Checking us as we go.
We're just warming up here.
Yeah, and I think that like with Free Solo, I do feel like Free Solo kind of because it blew up so much that I think that funded a lot of these other documentaries and hiking based films. So I think that's pretty cool. And Stomp is one of these. I can't remember. There's a series on Netflix too about the avalanche or the earthquake that happened. That's not covered in this, right?
No, but that was great. The Ron Howard.
Yes.
He made a movie about it, but there was a documentary, I believe, before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
Infinite Storm had a couple of mentions as well, just to throw that in there. The movie adapted from Ty Gagney's essay, should I say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
AMC Hot.
All right, guys, so the winner for Best AMC Hut is Galehead.
Nice.
I find that interesting.
Huh.
How about the runner-up? What were the runner-ups?
Zealand and Carter Notch.
What's your take on that? I think it may be personally like I've been to this hut, so therefore I love it. Like I've only been to one hut, so I would say, Lake of the Clouds. I wonder if that's the case or if this is. I mean, Galehead is a nice hut, but it seems a little odd to me.
I've only stayed at Madison Spring, and that was a beautiful experience. But otherwise, I've just passed through.
Yeah, I think Zealand and Carter Notch are a little bit sort of tucked down into the wilderness for me. I like Madison Spring. I like Lake of the Clouds, probably in that order. And then Geelhead, Mizpah would be sort of second tier for me. And then Zealand, Carter Notch, and Lonesome would be sort of the third tier.
Yeah. Well, Galehead it is.
That's
your hut.
They do have Gray Jays there. I will give them that.
Oh boy.
Lean-to Backcountry Shelter.
The award for Best Lean-to or Backcountry Shelter goes to Gio by a substantial margin.
Love you.
Yo.
It is a nice one. Yeah, I mean, I haven't stayed there. I've gone down to it miserably to get some water and then have to crawl back up. But hey.
Bugs in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I mean, there's pluses and minuses. It's nice for sure. Super crowded the last time I was there. That's probably the one drawback, is I like to be a little bit more secluded. Mm-hmm. You know what's a cool shelter is Hexacube down below Mount Cube. That's a nice one.
I stayed there. It's a great shelter. It's a big, huge one. I loved it. Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Never heard
And
of
there's
it.
Bunch of nice flat spots there.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you go to the privy, it's called a penta privy.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty unique.
What's up with the numerical, like, what's up with all this? Like, how did this culture start there at Cube?
I got to look it up. I think that that trail system is tied to the Dartmouth Outing Club and that they maintain it. So I think,
okay,
I'll have to double check this, but I think that that's the theme in that particular area is just geometry.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it came to be. But the shelter itself is a hexa shape. It's a hexa shape.
Gotcha.
Which I think has 8 sides or something. I can't remember the number.
Yeah.
We're sure going to get a ton of corrections on that.
Oh, hey.
Tell Mike it's 6 and not 8. Here's 2 copies that tell Mike he's dumb.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely coming. Octagon. Right. All right. Hey, we have a special call-in by a well-known White Mountain National Forest hiker. Let's check it out.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I couldn't make it to the awards tonight. I'm busy working on my White Mountain Trace. Yep, day 85,967 of my trace, and I'm not tired of talking to myself. The Pine Martins have taken me in as their own, and I'm slowly learning their language and customs. Well, I better get back to it. Congrats to all the winners.
Lean-to Backcountry Shelter. On trail, near trail, tent site.
So the winner for best on-trail, near-trail tent site goes to Gio.
Nice.
Ooh, runner-up Unknown Pond. I love that one.
Gio
We've
comes
stayed
in
there.
twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are very similar categories, lean-to versus tent site. So, listeners should know that these places offer lodging for whatever format, whether it be hammock or whatever. I think most of them can host hammocks, correct?
They can, yeah. So
Yeah.
Guyot has it's set up so that it has a shelter set up so that, I mean, that thing, it's got like an upstairs. I think it can probably fit like 15, 20 people sleeping on there. I don't even know. It's pretty big. And then they have tent platforms. They've got beer boxes that lock. And then there's any number of spots for hammock camping. And I think I've talked about this before, but I think any of these shelters that are set up or tent sites that are set up along the Appalachian Trail, absolutely, if you're going to be a weekend warrior and you're going to get into one of these places late, getting a tent site may be difficult. So I always tell people, if you like to do hammock camping, you're better off doing that.
There are some shelters along the AT that have things like nails driven into the side of the shelter that will accept your hammock, so you can swing under the overhang.
Excellent. I'm going to check that out next time I get up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Backpack brand.
Okay, so the winner for Best Backpack Brand is Osprey. Woo! Nice.
Is Osprey a fad or is it an actual great pack?
I almost exclusively use Osprey.
You're not
far.
answering my question, Agent Sweezy.
Okay, fair enough. For me, they're good quality and they're durable. I've always had good luck. The only other brand I have is Granite Gear.
I don't think they're a fad stomp. I think they've been around for I've seen them on trail for the last 8 or 9 years, and I think that for a lot of people, they like them because they sort of offer a good mix between lightweight but a full frame for people. I know I was super weary about when I have a Hyperlight for my backpacking in winter, and it has no frame in it, and I was super weary about getting a backpack that had no frame because I was afraid about sweat, and I was nervous about how comfortable it would be, and it's definitely not been a big deal for me, but I think a lot of people with that concern will gravitate towards Osprey. And they're really well known. I think you go to most of the big stores and they carry them pretty consistently. And then if you're looking for something lighter, they usually come in lighter than like the Duders or the Gregories or any of those other packs.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right, so moving along, the winner.
Well, before you move on, sorry, Mr. Stomp, we had second place we wanted to cover here, and then I actually have a comment.
Another one? Just kidding. Second place is the Hyperlight and REI.
Okay. So one thing I was surprised about was that the Ultimate Direction, those running backpacks, because those are pretty popular now. I was actually surprised that those didn't get any love.
Did they? Were there any votes for that, Lynn?
Let's see. I'll look for the votes. I tried the Ultimate Direction pack, and I really loved it, and I thought I'd really want the vests or the little vest pockets up front. And then when I wore it, I felt like I just added too much crap to those pockets and got, front heavy from it.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I've heard that from people before.
Yeah, so for Backpack Brand, some of the other mentions are, there's a Gregory here, Z-Packs, REI, Palante, Mystery Ranch, I've heard good things.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them too.
Yeah, Gossamer Gear, ULA, another vote for Mystery, and Light AF.
Okay.
Overnight tent shelter brand.
All right, so the winner for best overnight tent/shelter brand is Big Agnes.
Yeah, you hear that all the time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Heck yeah.
Great stuff.
Yep, I have a Tiger Wall UL2 backpacker from Big Agnes, and I've had it a couple years. I love it. It's been perfect every time.
Mm-hmm. How about runner-up?
REI.
Yeah. REI makes good stuff. In fact, I have to take back what I said about backpacks because I do have an REI trail series. That's great.
Yeah, I go REI for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys use the Half Dome, right? When you and Mrs. Stomp go illegally hike set up your tent on top of peaks, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, Half Dome has been great. We're on our second one because the first one sort of burnt out. But the first thing to go with all those damn poles, they always break. But anyway, yeah, Half Dome's been good.
Do you guys do that thing where like you get a 3-person tent so that you have enough room for 2 of you, or do you just get a 2-person tent?
We have I think the new one we have is the half dome plus, so it adds an extra person. So it would be as if there were 3 people in the tent.
So
It's
we can bring
massive.
Daphne.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. We like spaciousness for sure. Not enough to stand up, but enough to put your stuff in there and still be cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a half dome, a 2-person half dome, and then I have a one person quarter dome, which the quarter dome is ridiculously light.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Well built.
Well built, sturdy.
Okay, cool.
Trekking pole brand.
And the winner for best trekking pole brand is my favorite brand, Lecky.
So lucky tonight.
Oh, hey.
So lucky to have you here.
I have no preference.
I feel like Lecky would be a good name for a cat.
Lucky.
like
Floki
that.
and Lucky. Oh my goodness.
Second place was Black Diamond.
Right. Is that what
Another
you have?
good
my
cat
pulse.
name.
Ooh, I like that.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
48 Peaks Alzheimer's. Hike to fight Alzheimer's with 48 Peaks, a fundraising and awareness event for the Alzheimer's Association. Join 450 plus hikers this summer as we hike in Hampshire's 4,000 footers. Or create your own hiking adventure from a 52 of the View to a Prezi Traverse, or climb your favorite mountain. Together, we will paint the mountains purple and raise vital funding to advance the care, support, and research efforts of the Alzheimer's Association. Visit alts.org/48 peaks to learn more.
Snowshoe brand.
The winner for best snowshoe brand is MRS.
Wow.
No
She
question
means
on that.
MSR.
MRS.
It's just written wrong.
That's actually funny. That might be a Freudian slip by me because of
Wow.
Mountain Rescue Services. Wow.
Yep.
Our new snowshoe brand we could come out with,
MSR.
MRS.
Huh. Yeah, it's definitely MSR. Not in my brain. But that's actually interesting to me because Tubbs seems pretty popular. Yeah? No?
I've seen a lot about tubs lately, and some friends, like I think Joanne Hall, she really likes her tubs.
I like my
Or it's her
tubby time
hubs,
too.
but yeah.
I like
my
showers
God.
sometimes. I love soaking in a tub. It's
I love
gr-
the tubs.
But yeah, I have a pair of MSRs. They're Denali's, old school Denali's.
I
I
think
love them.
Stomp's dyslexic.
I might be. Isn't that funny? All right. Anyway,
I didn't even catch
I
that,
get-
so that's even worse.
Yeah.
I didn't
I have
catch
the
it in
MSR
writing.
Evos, which they're good. They're old school. I just bought a new pair of Atlas Heliums, but I'm having a problem with the heel strap, so I gotta get off my butt and like call customer service and get a new heel strap. So, looking forward to trying them. They seem nice, but they don't fit me.
Crampon Spike brand.
So the winner is Hill Sound by a substantial margin.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
7 years ago, it was all about Cthulhu, but now it's Hillsound for sure.
Yeah, I'm shocked and offended. Honestly, I can't believe this. Like when I first started, everyone was like, Catula, microspikes. And then Stomp, you were the only person I knew that had hill sounds for like years. And I remember when you had the hill sounds and you were like, oh, these stink because they're like balling up under my feet and like this is uncomfortable. And like we were wearing microspikes and you were wearing hill sounds and you were like knocking the ball of the snow off of the hill sounds and dealing with the binding thing.
Do you know what?
And I was like, I'm never getting hill sounds because of Stomp.
Yeah, you know what you're referring to are the trail crampons that they made initially that you and I had, Mrs. Stomp, and they were not great. They had the heel cup, and they were just the adjustable notches on the bottom. They were a nightmare. But the trail crampon that Hillsound makes today with the big teeth is just, it's phenomenal. They're so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You turned me off to hill sound. Now you're turning me back on to them.
Yeah. When it comes to a basic trail crampon, like the Catulas that we all had, the hill sounds are amazing. They're just like the top of the game. And it's all about the teeth for me. Right, Mrs. Stomp?
Catula.
Right.
I like a good bite.
I'll just say it again. Catula is the owns the rights to the word microspikes, if I'm not mistaken.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the Microspikes brand. And I mean, I guess maybe I'll try Hill Sounds. I just remember so vividly, Stomp, all the issues you had. I think it was on that isolation hike that we did where you were fiddling with the bindings.
Yep.
Like
Trail
crampon.
crampon
Up, so.
Yeah, they were a nightmare. But these are just like, it's the rubber gasket style with the metal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly like Catula, but giant teeth, which come in handy like on everything pretty much. Yeah. Good stuff. Check them out.
Maybe that's why I like the Catulas, because I have small teeth and you have big teeth.
Yep.
Anyways.
Moving on.
Sleeping Bag Quilt Brand.
The winner for best sleeping bag / quilt brand is Nemo.
Oh.
Good one.
I've never heard of them. Anybody
Yeah.
clear to want to expound?
I do have a Nemo Riff sleeping bag. I think it's a 30-degree bag, and it has the little ventilation things on the chest. It's got a little pocket and the hood that sort of closes over you. And then it also has, I forget what it's called, but the top of the sleeping bag folds over. I think it's like a blanket covering, they call it, or something like that. It's cozy.
The technical term for that, Lynn, is a foldy thingy.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Nemo. Captain Nemo.
Yep.
Yeah. They make tents too, Stomp, believe it or not.
Yep.
So another new company up on the market here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What do you have for a sleeping bag, Stomp?
Oh my goodness!
Some green thing.
Mountain Hardware, I think it is. It was one that Jimmy Chaga suggested to me, but it's real compact and works pretty well. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I have two. I have a 0-degree Marmot,
Mm-hmm.
and then and that's a real sleeping bag, and then I have a 40-degree Thermarest quilt, which I use in the warmer weather.
Nice.
And it's super light.
Trail Runner Shoe Brand.
Let's see, the winner for Best Trail Runner Shoe Brand is another two-way tie between Ultra and Hoka.
Okay. Comments, Mike?
Well, I'm just surprised that these brands are holding on.
What do you mean?
Especially, I think it's the Ultra ones are the ones. Aren't those the ones with the 0 drops where everyone gets issues with their Achilles?
They are 0 drop.
Yeah. So I just caution people to use those. Like, just make sure that you understand that if you're going to use them for long distance, you might hurt yourself a little bit if you're not used to those 0 drops and you've got tight calves.
Yeah, it's a good point if you're
Yeah,
not
for
used
sure.
to it. Yep.
You'll have a nice case of Achilles tendonitis after your
But
run.
I do know, like most people do wear Ultras and Hokas, and I see the runner-up is La Sportiva. I don't even know what brands they make. I'm surprised Solomon's not on there.
Right. They were definitely nominated or voted for, but they just didn't register.
Yeah. I recommend if people are interested, if you like regular running shoes and you're transitioning into trail shoes, I think Brooks Cascadias are like a sort of a burly street running, trail running type shoe. So Brooks Cascadia is what I've been using for like 10 years now, and I love them.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Fair Weather Hiking Boot Brand.
All right, so the winner for Best Fair Weather Hiking Boot Brand is Ultra
Again.
Nice. Second place, there's your Solomon.
Yeah.
There
So
it is.
Solomon came in for Fair Weather Hiking Boot Brand. But
Yeah,
not for,
as opposed to winter hiking boot brand.
Yeah. Or Trail Runner.
So fair weather hiking boot brand. So that's basically like if you're a person that wears boots in the summer.
3 season.
Yeah.
3 season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
like
for me
some-
would be like a solo, that type of thing. Fugitive.
Yeah.
Some of the other fair weather brands here would be Keen. Let's see, Vask, La Sportiva. We got Topo. Let's see, Oboes. The A Solo does come up on here, Mike. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Cool. We are almost at the official halfway point here. Keep on plugging.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
CS Instant Coffee. Zero waste instant coffee that comes in compostable packets. Perfect for the trail and home. Each packet makes about 20 ounces of coffee, so you can take one of them on an overnight trip, and it makes 2 pretty good sized cups of coffee. Put it in your backpack, find some hot water, and you're good to go. Learn more by going to our show notes or Google CS Instant Coffee. www.csinstant.coffee.
Hiking Guide Service.
The winner for Best Hiking Guide Service is Redline Guiding by a substantial margin. Nice job, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, they're a staple in the community for sure. Second place, there was no clear winner. You guys do a great job, and their courses are fantastic as well.
Yeah. And can I give a plug to another podcast here, Stomp,
No.
at this moment? I can't?
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So if you are into like looking for a guide or whatever, like Redline's definitely good. I think there's a few other guide services in the area, but my friend Jen hosts a podcast called Guides Gone Wild, and it's
I love it.
Me too.
yeah, Guides Gone Wild, and she interviews like guides all over, and it's like mostly female. It's like a female focused show, so she interviews local guides in like Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire. So if you're ever looking for a good guide, like go through her show catalog. Like Rebecca's been on the show, I think once or twice too.
Awesome.
Guides Gone Wild.
Gotta love it.
Yes.
That's the best name.
It's clever.
New Hampshire Mountain over 4,000 feet.
All right, guys. So the winner for New Hampshire Mountain over 4,000 feet is Mount Adams.
Whoop, whoop. No surprise.
Again? Yeah.
I'm not surprised either.
How about runner-ups?
So yeah, second place is Jefferson, and then I have some honorable mentions for Sleeper, Lafayette, and West Bond were close. Does that mean Sleeper Trail?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
I think that's probably what they entered. That could be the Sleepers. I'm not really sure. But certainly Lafayette, you would expect to come in for a runner-up, if not first place. But yeah, West Bond, that's good. But Adams takes it. Jefferson, I totally disagree with. Absolutely disagree with. I mean, it's like, I'm not impressed by that peak. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. That could be a discussion for another episode, perhaps.
Interesting. Wow, Stomp has a bias against Jefferson. That's a weird take, but
I remember when we hiked it, we just were like, meh.
I will tell you, the best part about Jefferson is the Monticello Garden that blossoms every spring. That is the best part of Jefferson, but the summit was really not that impressive.
The best part is that we got to hike it on a weekday because you called out sick. You said you had the shits.
Did you? Oh, so you lied.
I remember that about that hike.
Yeah, we went up Caps Ridge, which is phenomenal. But when you get up to the summit, it's like, ugh.
Well, I think the issue, now that I'm thinking about it, like the issue with the summit with Jefferson is that there's like two little bumps. Mm-hmm. And so there's not like a single summit. It just is a little...
Exactly. It's confusing.
It's a little like the single summit is taken away because there's the two bumps that look similar.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Trails aren't, the markings aren't very clear. It's like walking on the moon. But anyway.
New Hampshire mountain under 4,000 feet.
Next up, we have the best New Hampshire mountain under 4,000 feet, and the winner is...
Whoop, whoop.
I'm so good at that. Mount Monadnock by a comfortable margin.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm a newbie to the Monadnock phenomenon, but man, it deserves it. Y'all think the same?
Yep.
I'm a strong disagree. I mean, I like Monadnock, but like the bald faces is unquestionably
under 4K. So what do the bald faces come in at? Like 35?
They're under 4,000 because they're on the 52 with a view.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have not.
And I would also put in the moats there too.
Yeah. Well, the listeners disagree, Mike.
I got a problem with the listeners.
I have not done Monadnock yet.
You haven't?
No.
Stomp. Mrs. Stomp, you need to make Stomp take you there on a Friday night. That's a good... Matter of fact, that's a good sunset hike.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But you got to hustle a little. You pick it up.
I'm thinking of
Like
doing
if you leave at like 3 o'clock, you get up there and get back down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could make that work. But I'm thinking of doing the Knobby route that Knobby Hikes took me on, going up and doing the full traverse over to the summit, because that was really neat. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hey, Monadnock took it. Right on.
Okay.
Yeah, nice views all the way up.
Do better, listeners. Bald faces.
Man, these listeners suck.
Rock climbing pitch.
Best rock climbing pitch. Nobody.
This is hilarious.
By a comfortable lead.
Yeah. So everybody chose NA with a comfortable lead, and then how about the runner-up? Again, no clear winner, but some people put in Cannon Cliffs, which clearly makes sense. Russell Crag, Recompense, and Fairy Tale Traverse. So the only thing this says to me is that we're a hiking podcast, and there are climbers in the midst, but it's not an overwhelming majority. So I wouldn't take this as much of a down on climbing.
Yeah, you got to get rid of this question, and you know what you can replace it with? And I'm scrolling through, and I apologize if I missed this, but favorite ravine or gulf.
Yeah, that's a good call. Maybe next year.
Yeah. Take that note, Stomp.
Yeah, for sure.
Good one. If I'm not mistaken, I heard the Notch Hostel talking about Russell Crag today. I think they were talking about chopping the bolts down. There was some kind of a town meeting regarding that soon.
All right, so where is that? I don't even know where that is.
It's in Woodstock, New Hampshire, Stomp. And it is, oh, wow. It's right off of 93, off of Cox Farm Road, Russell Pond. It's literally like right overlooking 93. So I don't know. Looks like a little cliff.
I get it. Yeah, I probably drive by it every morning. I think you can see it from the highway. Okay. I think we should do a show about climbing in the future for sure, because it's such a huge part of the community. And most of the hikers that listen climb as well, or a good majority. So I think it might be really good to talk about it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I'm just looking at it. So the Tripoli Road exit, you go past that, and then it's like this Cox Farm Road. So what you need to do is you go off of 112. Matter of fact, you know what? This is Stump. This is the road, Main Street, that follows the Pemmy River. You just cut over to 175, and then Cox Farm Road is like off over there. So it's a little bit of a ways to get there, but it's pretty close.
Podcast.
Okay, so the winner for, let's see, this will be a shocking category. The winner for Best Podcast is... SLASR by almost a 90% margin. Yay!
Oh my God.
Man, I thought Dateline NBC had that one. Shocker.
I would just like to thank me for all of the hard work that I do on this podcast, and I appreciate the recognition, and we'll keep going another 100 episodes.
I want to apologize to the Academy.
Stomp helps a little bit too, but it's mostly me.
Oh boy.
Congratulations, Mike. It was your idea.
I do all the audio editing.
Just hanging on by your coattails here.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Sweet Beginnings Daycare is a New Hampshire state licensed child care provider that offers care for children from 6 weeks to 12 years, with flexibility in before and after school care as well. Sweet Beginnings aims to instill a love for learning by providing a safe and positive experience within a loving and warm environment. We believe this is a good foundation to teach children in order to prepare them for their future. For more information, contact Sweet Beginnings at 603-568-4530. Visit them at Sweet Beginnings Daycare on Facebook, or email Shandy at shandyelliott@outlook.com.
Podcast. Trail Slide.
So the winner for Best Trail Slide is Flume with a comfortable lead.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do you think about that?
I think that should be disqualified because it's not a real slide.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think this question was a little confusing. A lot of people confuse the actual flume slide with the trail itself. So flume slide trail is not a slide, unfortunately. So perhaps that's the point of confusion. So therefore, the second runner-up was North Tri-Pyramid. So
Okay.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we DQ the first one?
Yeah, violation.
Yeah, it's a violation, I think. Sorry, people. Yeah, it's a confusing thing. I believe the history of Flume Slide was that the slide itself was actually the trail until they made the current Flume Slide trail. Because it says slide in it, everybody thinks it's a slide, but it's not. But it might as well be. I mean, those scrambles are brutal. So anyway, little distinction there.
Yeah. I almost killed Nobby going up that. But Stump, question for, and also the thing about the flume slide is the actual slide itself, like in my opinion, is not super impressive. I mean, it's compared to some of the other slides, it's not as wide, I think. So to me, it's not as impressive. But do you have a favorite slide, Stomp, personally?
It would be between North Tri and Flume, but Flume takes it for me. I've done it 2 or 3 times up and down, and I think it's more of a visual experience. You get the view of the Franconia Ridge to the north, and I had a really close call the first time I tried to ascend the actual Flume slide, where I got myself in a bit of trouble with hypothermia, that type of thing, and I got to the top and I was praying to God, like, holy moly, that was close. So Flume to me is just a personal favorite. It's not easy.
Neither is Flume Slide Trail. That was the first and only time I used an ice axe.
Yeah, true.
Remember we did it in the winter? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, but I have a lot of opinions. I think the Lincoln slide is the best slide.
Oh, yeah. It's massive, right?
Massive, giant slide that, you feel like you're an ant climbing down that thing.
Yeah. See, the upper portion of North Tri feels like that, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get that totally. Different form of terrain. It's all solid versus boulders, and then you have some like, I think it's the Clarebrook slides that are gravel. I mean, there's so many different kinds of slides.
Yeah, and I would say like for the slab like slide, like North Tri Pyramid, obviously, but the arrow slide, which is the actual slide that goes up to North Hancock, that's another amazing slide.
Well, by the way, Steve Smith is putting out his book soon regarding all of the slides in the White Mountains, so that's going to be a great, great read.
Yeah,
Nice.
It will be awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Stomp, before we go into our next subject, I've been doing okay, but I know that I've annoyed Mrs. Stomp already a couple of times here, but I don't want to be in a situation where I annoy her so much that you're going to go ahead and slap me.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're in an award show right now, but I just want to call that out, that like if for some reason I do something, you have to promise not to slap me.
Oh, you got it. No problem.
Better keep my name out of your mouth.
Yes.
That was Stomp's part, but it's okay. I get it.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, my God. Has anybody seen the new Chris Rock?
No, I want to.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm sure it's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Scenic Drive in New Hampshire.
The winner for Best Scenic Drive in New Hampshire is the Kankamagus by a sizable lead.
No surprise, I guess.
Shocker.
It's kind of basic.
Yeah, it is basic. I mean, runner-up, Franconia Notch. I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Franconia Notch sees its craziness during the foliage. But, yeah, the Kank. All right.
Waterfall.
And the winner for Best Waterfall is Arethusa. I agree with that.
I've never seen it.
I know.
What about the runner-up? Who's the runner-up?
Cloudland Falls? Where's that?
That is the highest fall on Falling Waters Trail as you're ascending towards Haystack. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
where
like-
everyone needs a rescue?
Pretty much. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, in that area. So that's an 80-foot fall. So it's a
Wow.
beautiful fall. But Arethusa
Wow.
is what? How high?
Oh, good question.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. It's pretty high. Like Arethusa and Ripley Falls are two. They're big ones.
Yeah.
I did the loop where you go up Frankenstein Cliff and then you come down into Arethusa. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Been wanting to take you
I think
there.
you go past Ripley on that one too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give honorable mention to Emerald Pool up in Ebon Notch.
Yeah, Emerald's awesome.
Let's see what some of the other honorables were. We had Ripley, Nancy Cascades, Ammonoosuc, Zealand Falls, Sabaday, yep, Bridal Veil, of course. Some of the others, Dry River Falls. Somebody puts all of them. That's a good one.
And Arethusa, if anyone is curious, is 140 feet. So,
Wow.
yeah.
There you go.
Hiking trail, 5 miles.
Winner for best hiking trail over 5 miles is the Crawford Path with a comfortable lead.
That's an interesting choice. That's really interesting. Why? Why do you think that is? Just because it's almost like a road. It's like a superhighway of trails. And it is beautiful, certainly scenic, but there are so many other trails that are 5 miles plus.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm ripping right now.
Oh, yeah.
Davis Path, Great Gulf. Come on, people, airline, let's go.
Garfield? Oh, that must be 5. I don't know.
Algonquin. Jeez, there's a million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, all mentioned here, but not by any kind of a lead.
yeah. So for next year, listeners, if you're listening, if you pick something and you're like, oh, that seems kind of basic, like don't pick that. Pick something more unique. Listen to us. We'll tell you where the secret spots are.
Yeah, there you go.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hi, everyone. It's Lynn coming to you from a little organization known as Leave Your Trace. I'm here today to tell you about our brand new Grey J snacks that we're offering in both 6 and 12 ounce sizes. Included are items like peanut butter, potato chips, pretzels. Yummy. Just what the Grey J bellies like. So next time you're at the store, pick up a special pack for yourself to bring so that you too can feed the Grey Jays. Thanks, everyone.
Hiking trail under 5 miles.
All right, so the winner for best hiking trail under 5 miles is... We've got a 4-way tie between Ammonoosuc, Caps Ridge, Rainbow Trail, and Sugarloaf. Guys, Rainbow Trail has been on my bucket list since I started hiking. Has
know,
anyone
right?
else done that?
It's supposed to be beautiful.
I gotta do that.
Rainbow Trail.
I don't think.
Where is that?
It's on the
Backside
of
Carter?
Carter Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it comes in from
no,
Jackson.
I've never done this.
It's supposed to be beautiful. And I've seen other
yeah.
lists that have placed it really high up
Yes.
in terms of beauty.
We have to do it.
We have to. We have to. After this award show, we'll
Right
do
now.
it. We'll do it. Give it to me
Yeah,
now.
that looks as remote as you can get.
So if you pass the Eagle Mountain House in Jackson and continue driving towards the Carters, you can park there and then make your way up into the ravine and up Rainbow Trail, or straight up towards Carter Notch Hut. So it's in that vicinity, the eastern side of the Carters and the Wildcats. It's a beautiful approach to both. It's awesome.
You know what my vote is? Is lend a hand.
Okay, by Hale.
Yeah, that's Zealand to Hale. That's a great, like, if you like bog bridges and that sort of scenery.
Really?
That's a cool trail, yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Yep, I've yet to check that out. Interesting. All right.
Nice
Well,
one.
the audience didn't do bad on this one, I don't think.
I agree.
On trail greeting or salutation?
This is my favorite category, by the way.
That's awesome.
So the winner for best on-trail greeting or salutation is hi.
Hi.
More like bye.
Hey, but you know what
Yeah.
the runner-up was, though?
What?
Hello.
These are pretty basic.
It's me.
Terrible.
Hi.
What do you do, Stomp?
I keep my head down and go.
No, you don't.
I growl.
You're super friendly.
I go. Yeah.
What?
No, I try not to say
Exactly.
anything. Oh, isn't it like hey? Isn't hey like the most popular thing to say? Like every TV show I see, whenever somebody comes into a room, they're like, hey. Like
Hey,
every
it's-
Netflix show ever, they're like, hey.
I always say, hey, how's it going? What's up?
That's a lot of questions.
Like, how's it going? What's up?
How's it going?
Normally, Stomp will be like, "You're almost there," and then I look at him and I'm like, "You're lying to them."
Well, yeah, my other move was like, oh, can't believe how nice it is today.
And they keep on walking with their head down, ignoring you. Because you first said, hey, did you know I'm on a podcast?
Hey, do you know who I am?
Honest, I have a podcast.
That is awkward. So I have a story, but I'll hold it for the next category because it segues nicely.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
Online social media hike storyteller.
All right, so the winner for best online / social
Start from the beginning.
Okay, thank you.
One more time with emotion.
And the winner for best online / social media / hike storyteller is
Oh boy.
Eric Todd Sweet.
Sweet.
How sweet it is. That's fantastic. That's so funny.
Second runner-up, Slasher. You lost to Eric Todd Sweet, Mike.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Do you know? So I have a story this weekend. So we went hiking on Cannon. So I ended up doing Cannon for my winter 4,000 footer list, and we had a group. So me and Jake were hiking, and then we connected. So Lynn had said like, oh, me and Eric and a group are going to be leaving around the same time we're hiking Cannon. So I was like, all right, I'll meet up. So we started hiking with Eric, and we'll save the details for like next episode because I'll do the breakdown. But we had to break off, so we only hiked with Eric and Lynn for about a mile. But like I feel like you go crazy hiking with Eric because like every single person on trail stops and you're like, oh my god, it's Eric.
They do.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, whoa. Like,
Well, good for him. No,
it's fun, but I was like, I don't have 9 hours to wait out here.
you
for
need
people
a
to
you
talk
need
to
a
Eric.
slasher shirt, and then people would be like, "Oh, wait a minute, Eric Slasher, Eric Slasher, Eric Slasher.
Well-
what do I do? What do I do? What do I?"
You know what did happen to me on this hike though, which was interesting, Stomp, is that I actually got an opportunity to. I saved the day with this hike on the the ladder on High Cannon.
Yes,
You know that ladder. So
I know it by Cannon, not High Cannon.
Oh,
Depends
It's
which
what?
way you're going.
Mike's
Oh my God.
No, I was going up, so it's High Cannon. So, but I was going up the ladder, and there was these two guys there. They were fiddling with their equipment, so I was like, "Get out of my way! I'm going up." So I was like, "I'm going up the ladder," and I kept my snowshoes on. I was like, "I'm risking my life here." And then I'm halfway up, and there's a guy looking down, and I'm like, what's going on? And he was in an emergency situation. His son had dropped his snowshoes in the gully next to the ladder.
Oh my God.
So I risked my life going off into the ladder and like digging down into the corner and like grabbing this kid's snowshoes. He was a teenager.
Yeah.
His name's Lincoln. He was named after the Mount Lincoln.
Wow.
So I'll tell you in a minute. So then I get the snowshoes and I go up the ladder, and it was the father and the son. I basically saved the son from getting yelled at because these snowshoes look brand new. They're like $200 snowshoes. The father's probably going to kill the kid. So I gave him the snowshoes, and we were talking, and he says to me, he's like, your voice sounds familiar. I can't place it. And then he says, I'm pretty sure, I'll have to remember this with Jake. I'm pretty sure he said, very cool.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, you know who I am. So then he was explaining to me that his name's John. So hi, John, if you're listening. And then he was explaining to me his son's name is Lincoln, which I'm assuming is named after Mount Lincoln. So it was pretty good. And Lincoln is like 23 into his 4,000 footer. So he's getting done as well.
Mike, no matter how good that story was you just told, you still didn't win.
I know. And Eric's still more popular.
Mike, you got to work on your handstands, buddy. Your headstands or
I'm
whatever.
not doing any of that stuff.
No.
So I prefer to be under the radar.
Yeah, but by the way, you do have a really one in a million radio voice. Your voice is very unique. So
You think? Well, it's not good. It is what it is.
no, but it's unique, and that's what makes it stand out. And I think that's part of the magic here, for sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hey, this is Eric Todd Sweet. I know I'm usually blowing up your feed, but tonight I'm going to blow your mind. After several years of real-time data collection on trail, I finally had enough research to create my very own special cell phone app. It's going to be sweet like me. I'm very proud to introduce the Sweet White Mountain Dating app, only for hikers. Go to sweetapp.com today. There, you'll be able to download the Sweet Trailhead version for free or purchase the premier Sweet Bushwhack version with the additional special features. Trust me, with this app, you'll be sure to find a sweet hike stud like me, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you purchase the app within the next hour, you'll get a free selfie headstand with yours truly on the summit of your choice. Peace.
Online social media photo videographer.
And the winner is the Wolf of the Whites, Philip Karsha.
Woohoo! Philip, right on. That's interesting, huh?
Yeah, he's got some good videos out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Second place, no clear winner, which is interesting. So there were a few others. Do you have access to that data, Agent Sweezy?
I sure do. So let's see. We have here some of the honorable mentions are Corey David.
Oh,
have,
nice.
Yeah.
Corey's great.
Yeah. We have Chris Witten.
Oh, excellent. Yep. Out of Sugar Hill, Franconia. His work is great.
Nice. Let's see. Is Corey Outdoors? Is that Corey David?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a couple more for him. We have Corey Bennett. Nick Santos a couple times. We have Larry the Log and Littlefoot, of course.
Interesting.
Let's see. Chris Bennett, Christy Seeking Summits. Someone said that guy, Ernie Mills. Okay. We have Melon Floki, of course. and a Hampshire hiker.
Nice.
What else we got?
So basically tonight we have Notch Hostel and Philip coming in for 2 wins. Wow. And the audience is going wild.
Oh my gosh.
Mine is so bad.
Is this the part where we're going wild?
Podcast gone wild.
I think Stomp lost his breath.
So this is a big one coming up. Who has it?
I do.
All right.
Famous hiking pet, furry friend.
And the winner for the most famous hiking pet / furry friend is
This is a no-brainer.
Floki.
There you go.
I'm getting the evil look by Daphne right now. It's only because she hasn't discovered hiking yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Babe, I really feel like she would be another Floki. I think we should try with her. No, for real.
Oh, boy.
Do it.
Don't you think so?
Wow.
I don't know.
Congrats.
Yeah, Floki's awesome. I got
Floki
to
took
meet
it.
Floki at the we went to Reckless for the 100th celebration.
Yeah,
Mel was
100K.
there, and yeah, we're just talking about Floki, and she's like, "Do you want me to go get her? She's just sleeping in the car."
Yeah.
I was like, "Of course."
Yeah.
It was so sweet. She was sweet. She was a little nervous, but man, what a great cat.
So
Yeah. And then, so what are the runner-ups? So
Yeah.
there's a couple of rabbits I know. There's got to be famous dogs. Who else is famous?
Atticus.
that pup died. He passed
Oh,
on.
let's see. A couple other mentions we have. There's an Atticus.
Yes,
Do you know Atticus?
I do. Never met him, but
Who came in second?
Happy the dog? Not sure. Who
Happy
that
the
is.
dog. All right, we have a dog. The cats are getting.
Who is Happy the dog?
I don't know.
Is Happy famous? I've never heard of Happy. So how can it be famous?
It's the will of the listeners, Mike. You cannot question
Some
it.
crazy dog mom just voted 50 times for their own dog. Nobody knows who it is.
She's like, happy.
I'm trying to think. Is there
Happy,
famous
happy,
dogs?
happy.
Like,
Yeah, you and I are gonna be famous, happy. Just you wait and see.
I know there's famous dog. Like there's that Basset Hound dog that I think that guy moved out to the West Coast though.
Happy the.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's let's see, you've got Sage.
Oh yeah, Sage.
Yeah, yeah. Shandy.
You got Lucy the poodle and Moose the rabbit.
Okay, Moose the rabbit.
There's a vote here for Harambe, but I'm gonna go with
Never
that's a
forget.
joke.
Never forget.
Yes, our conservative leaning
Harambe.
listenership.
Oh boy.
No, but do you guys know who Atticus is? I know
Yes.
that got a couple of votes. I love
Atticus-
that book.
It's a great book.
By the author Tom Ryan, who's a local, and he hiked all 48 with his dog, Atticus. And yeah, I remember reading that book. It was a good book.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
We need more like famous dogs on trail.
What?
Well, there's
Happy's not famous enough?
I've never heard of Happy. I'm sorry. Like
Is that a joke?
Happy's owner wants to like justify the celebrity. Like I've never heard of this dog.
Well,
Who's quality checking these awards?
clearly the listeners love Happy, so come on.
I guess.
Well, have you heard of Brutus the winter peak bagging Newfoundland?
Yeah. Brutus. That's what the bushwhack is named after.
Yeah, next year maybe we have to like have listeners provide photo documentation of their pets.
Yes.
Okay. I need photo documentation of Bentley the Cobber dog. I don't know what that is.
One vote.
Floki, you're safe.
Sleeping Pad brand.
The winner for best sleeping pad brand is
That was a quick rip. Rip it.
Aggressive.
I'm getting good at this.
Dang.
Aggressive.
There's like paper all over the floor here.
Yeah. That's okay.
Confetti. Oh, goodness. Okay, so the winner there is Thermarest by a comfortable lead.
But a both. Oh, they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable.
None of them are.
In related news, the winner for the loudest sleeping pad is also Thermarest.
The crinkles.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, winter Thermarest. They're awfully crinkly, but they're great.
They are good. Yep.
2.5 inch inflation. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. We could talk about Thermarest for hours, but we're moving on.
But we could talk about the second place winner, Nemo, instead.
Finding Nemo.
I've yet to
We
find
found
it.
Nemo.
We-
Twice.
Hiking book publication. Title.
All right, this is a huge category.
And the winner for best hiking book is The Last Traverse by a sizable lead.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Congratulations, Ty. And this is just on the heels of our night with Ty at Reckless, which is pretty awesome. Ty's made such a huge impact on the community, and we're just blessed to have him. So the listeners have spoken. The Last Traverse is number one. How about second place? What's going on there?
Pretty much anything by Ty Gagne. Where You'll Find Me, which is a personal favorite of mine, definitely placed second. So
Yeah.
that one hit me hard for some reason.
Oh, it hit
was it.
everybody hard.
Yeah.
Awful.
Especially when we
Yeah.
did that hike. Stomp and I, when we did
Adams,
we
Yeah,
went
Star
up
Lake.
the exact route that Kate had went, and I had just finished the book.
Wow.
And it was super emotional.
I think that was during our 48 quest,
Yes.
too.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was like this, it was a combined, trying to finish her 48, and then, hey, let's follow that path and just sort of reflect on it. It was a really special day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is tough going over to that area because you just look in, and again, I don't know exactly where Kate ended up on that trail, but like just the way that you go down Star Lake and you can just look to see the hut, and like it seems so close, and you're like, oh my, it was just so close to safety, but also so far away in those conditions.
Yep. Yeah, shattering, for sure.
Yep.
So many times, like even in Ty's other book, The Last Traverse, they were so close to Haystack. Same situation as opposed to Kate's story. It's shocking. But congrats, Ty. How about honorable mentions? I think this should be discussed briefly. There were some books that were mentioned that definitely should be discussed. So the AMC guide, obviously. And they told me it would be fun. That was a previous guest of ours, Ken Bossy. Congratulations, Ken. So there are so many great books out there. And
Yeah, and I would just add like my own honorable mentions. 52 with the View book, got to get that.
Yep.
Ken McRae, and then anything by Guy Waterman is good too.
Yeah.
Even Into the Wild, the book was great.
Into the Wild, sure. And Keith Gentile's White Mountain State, another great one. He was a guest here. He was fantastic, hilarious.
We've got to give a shout out to Martin as well.
Martin Pisani.
Yes,
The Secrets of Aging Well. Get outside.
exactly.
True facts.
Nice.
Mountain Traverse, 3+ peaks.
And the winner for Best Mountain Traverse of 3+ peaks is a two-way tie again between Franconia Ridge, and a Prezi Traverse. Love it.
Makes sense.
Ooh, that's second runner-up, though. The bogs.
Mike is smirking here.
Nice one.
Huh.
I mean, it's
what about
fine. It's basic. It's fine.
Wildcat Mariah?
Those basic listeners.
Yes.
I would add Wildcat Mariah
Yes.
or the Squam Traverse.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many beautiful traverses. It's not always about elevation either.
Yes, I would say the Kilkenny Ridge Traverse. I would say the Moat Mountain, because you can say Middle Moat is a peak.
All mentioned so far.
I would say, the Squam Range. So those are the ones that stick out to me.
Nice. Did anybody say the Belknaps? I've got one here for Belknaps.
I never you can definitely do a traverse of the Belknaps, but I just feel like you just go deep down into the woods, so it doesn't feel like I feel like a traverse, you can have a little bit of dipping down into coals and whatnot, but like with the Belknaps, it's tough to sort of frame it as a traverse just because you go way deep down for too long, I think.
Let's see. Is that also your stance on the Carters then? I've got one for that.
The Carters, I think if you mix it up with like the Wildcat, Carter, Mariah, you've got enough sort of long, extended amount of time above tree line that it's okay.
Skiing resort, mountain.
And the winner for best skiing resort / mountain is Loon.
Yeah,
Shocker.
baby.
Second place is Waterville Valley.
Go ahead, Mike.
Our listeners are Richie Riches.
Loony, loony, loony.
What about the little tiny mountain that just reopened?
Yeah, I'm like pinching my pennies to send my kids to King Pine when they were kids. Like, Loon? Like, what are we all from Andover?
Like the Bradford Ski Resort.
Yes.
We come.
Yeah, I look at this category by quality of trails, and Loon deserves it for sure. I mean, boarding at Cannon and several other places, Sunday River, you name it. Loon is awesome. Waterville Valley doesn't make sense to me. It's just a little short in stature, I suppose. But yeah, interesting choices. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a video on some random guy on TikTok that was explaining why Cannon is better than Loon, because he was saying how like Cannon has like more rugged terrain and Loon is more
and
like
glare ice.
Yeah, so some random guy on TikTok seemed to like Cannon over Loon, but I like Loon.
Huh. Loon is beautiful.
Yep.
It's lengthy. The trails are lengthy. Like, it's all subjective. If you're looking for long runs that don't end, Loon's the place to go. Sunday River, probably second place.
Yeah, I like Loon's got that other peak. What is that? The like South Peak or North Peak, whatever it is, and that's a steeper. It's shorter, but it's got some steep terrain.
Oh yeah, for sure.
After hike ice cream, treats.
Another favorite category here. The winner for best after hike ice cream or treats is.
I laugh every time I hear that.
So good. It's a two-way tie. Now, you have to help. You have to explain this one. The two-way tie is beer and chutters. So are we saying after hike treat is beer? And then what the heck is chutters?
We have to default to the wisdom of the listeners, Lynn.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it a candy store?
Chutters is a candy store, yes. So that would be a treat. But I can't
There's
speak
no
for the
flavored
listeners.
of ice cream here. Like,
I just
There's
wanted
no
to
ice
know
cream.
about the ice cream. That's
yeah,
it.
me too.
This was
I think
self-serving.
I think they're self-serving ice cream.
Oh, nice. Nice one.
I think beer falls into treats, possibly by many listeners, and that makes sense. But I don't know. I guess. What do you think, Mike? I guess
I think our listeners need pre-selected options. They cannot be trusted to just do the right thing. It's Dairy Queen, people. Just put Dairy Queen down. That's all you want is a blizzard after your hike.
Pre-selected options.
We need pre-selected
That's
options
so
moving
rough.
forward. Do not leave anything up to interpretation.
Nominations round.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
Next time I'm just
Okay.
going to put the beer question first so we know the difference.
Yes, exactly.
There we go. All right.
Winter hiking boot brand.
Oh, man.
All right, so the winner for best winter hiking boot brand is Keen.
I was surprised by this.
I have Keens, so I'm not surprised.
So tell me about them. Are they great? Waterproof?
Yeah,
Dry,
they're good. They're
like
Keen,
warm?
I have Keen Revel 4, so they're like those tall boots. And I put them on, and my feet stay warm. They're 400 gram. And then I step in puddles, and my feet stay dry.
Wow. That's
So,
all you need to know.
They do a good job. They're a
Excellent.
well-designed boot.
All right. So the runner-up is oboes. So does anybody have a pair of oboes?
Doesn't your parents do
No
your
bows on the oboes.
parents, right?
Good setup.
Possibly. Yeah. Oh, well. Hey, second place. So Keen for the win.
All right.
Right on.
Pretty keen.
They're just flowing now.
So bad.
We're getting so good at this.
Hiking sock brand.
All right.
Okay, perfect. So the winner for best hiking sock brand is...
Does somebody have gas?
This is pretty funny.
Somebody's in a rush.
I'm changing it up.
Yeah, I guess so.
I feel like you're running out of paper, so you're conserving it.
Trust me, I am not.
Oh, boy.
That's fabulous. The first place winner there is Oh Darn Tough by A Comfortable Lead.
All right.
Yeah,
That works.
darn tough. We like them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Made locally.
Second
and-
place is. Ooh, sorry. We did it.
Okay, you go.
I was just going to say that second place was Smartwool, which I like their socks. So
They have good socks.
that's
So,
about it.
Mrs. Stomp, I have a question for you, Mrs. Stomp, and I can tell a lot about a person by the way that they answer this question.
Oh, here's the HR guy popping out.
Darn Toughs offer a lifetime warranty. So when you wear your Darn Toughs, you can wear them down until they have holes in them. When your Darn Toughs get holes in them, do you return the Darn Toughs to get a brand new pair of socks for free? Or do you just say, you know what? I got a good lifetime out of them. I'm going to throw them away and I'm going to buy a new pair of socks and support the company.
I'm going to throw them away, but I think Mr. Stomp is going to return them.
Oh no,
To
I'm
get
judging Stomp hard.
Sold out.
Yeah. So my opinion, so this has been a big argument. Like some people are like, no, they offer a lifetime warranty. They want you to take advantage of it. So I'm going to get my free socks for
I
infinity.
bet you would do that. You would do that, wouldn't you?
No, I'm of the mind that like if I get good life out of them, if I get a year out of them and I poke a hole in them because I wear them every day, then I appreciate it. They make a good product and I'm going to just toss them and then buy a new pair of socks to support the company.
Okay.
Stomp, I'm disappointed in you.
How about LL Bean? Didn't they get rid of their
To change
Didn't they get rid of their policy? Like you could just return
They
something
did, yes.
after like 30 years. Oh,
Yeah.
here are my socks. I wore them. I bought them 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're not working for me anymore.
Yeah. They got rid of that.
Hey, good call.
Yeah.
We used to get new backpacks every year. Did I say that?
Wait,
Whoops.
you used to do that?
No.
Oh,
Kidding?
Put the shame drop in.
Kidding?
yeah.
I don't know why she loves Osprey.
Fair
All right.
point.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Do you wish you could play Dungeons & Dragons, but you don't have enough friends? We have the bare minimum amount of friends. So you can just listen to us.
And occasionally you'll get to hear some great music. It sounds like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Do you love epic stories set in grand, sweeping fantasy worlds where everyone is awkwardly and obnoxiously voiced by the same person? Well, you're going to love this. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Then listen to Fantasy Pants.
Fantasy Pants.
Damn it, Steven.
After hike food.
All right, so guys, the winner
6 more.
for best after hike food, I love this category, is burgers.
I would agree.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
looks like
agree
a good
too.
burger.
Second place is pizza. Honorable mention is nachos. I think I just like anything after I hike.
True.
But definitely a good juicy burger is probably number one.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Burger, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Although I will, a lot of times I will go to Dairy Queen and I'll get a Blizzard.
What is it with you and Dairy Queen?
I just like them. I like Dairy
He's
Queen.
still
I like
hung
the
up
Blizzard.
on ice cream.
Yeah. I like ice cream afterwards. So it depends on where I am. Like, because if I'm in Maine, then the Dairy Queen in North Conway is right on the way. And a lot of times, like if I'm with my daughter, like we just stop because we're just going to get the big Blizzards. And then I'll be hungry when I get home after eating the Blizzard, and then I'll have a burger. And usually that's my go-to as well.
So
I was going to say, how does that ice cream satisfy you? Like, I need grease. I need...
I agree, but I feel like I don't get the hunger until maybe about an hour and a half or 2 hours after I get off trail. So sometimes I can make it home and I'm not super hungry, but I think Mrs. Mike likes me to eat because it doesn't work out perfectly and I get home and I'm hangry.
Hangry's a real thing.
Yes.
What do you like, Lynn?
So I want to say that if there's a GM from a DQ somewhere listening, please send Mike a T-shirt or a ball cap so he can wear it next time.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I agree.
So for this question, I learned a lesson, and that lesson was in exactness of language. So the meaning of this question was to pull out some of the favorite restaurants around. And yeah, since after hike food, it was a little too general, so we got the types of food. Next time, I will put restaurant.
Ooh.
That's my story.
Yeah. We need pre-selected options. Our audience can't be trusted.
When we first, before we moved up here, when we started hiking in the Whites, babe, do you remember we always used to go, it's not there anymore, but Truant's and Lincoln or North, whatever it is, North Woodstock, Lincoln, whichever.
Right.
We used to get burgers there after our hike. So
Oh,
I like
so
remember
good.
that specifically. So that's what
Yeah,
comes
it's
to
Merlin's.
mind.
Merlin's now.
Yeah, whatever it is now. But,
Yeah.
so.
Did you guys ever go to Black Mountain Burger?
I've been there once.
We never went there for some reason.
It's
but
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. You know what I miss? What's that place down like in Mass? The giant burgers, like
Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers. Oh my god! I
Fuddruckers.
love those burgers. They're
Monkeys.
so huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I would order like a pound and a half. Like if you can imagine a meatloaf on a bun, that was one of the burgers I would get at Fuddruckers, and I would order it. The guy at the register would turn his head 90 degrees to the cooks and go, "Monkey!" Like
Really?
what?
Yeah. I know.
No one knows what you're
I
talking
don't know what that means. That's what they would do.
Do you know? You
Secret
know
code.
Reading, like Jordan's Furniture in Reading, right?
Yes.
They have.
Oh, there's the
Fuddruckers there. There is,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
there's a Richardson's ice cream. So, matter of fact, a Jordan's Furniture would be like the perfect place to put, like right in like Plymouth.
Oh my goodness. See,
Yeah.
this is what I miss about Mass. I miss the big
Yes.
grande burger places.
Yeah.
Because they're not up here. as far as I know. Although
We make them at home though now.
the 114 burger, the 114 diner.
104 diner.
104, yes, thank you. No, I have no idea what road that is.
But right, so for
the
my
diner,
Hallmark movie stomp, instead of them reopening the Woodpecker restaurant, I'm going to have them open a burger joint.
They need one up here.
Yes. There you go.
Okay.
And can we talk about that for a minute? Because that's an actual really funny story. Yeah. So as part of this award ceremony, the idea was to make several short, brief ads as though it were the Oscars. So I asked Mike to write up a brief little ad with dialogue. And what we got a few days later was a gigantic, full Hollywood screenplay.
And best screenplay goes to Mike McLaughlin.
With no dialogue at all. It he wrote it as a director and a screenplay writer with no dialogue.
I think he wanted to be in a category and win best director or something.
There were little footnotes and stuff.
Well, stop. I think you need to understand the creative process is when you're writing a screenplay, you build the outline first.
True.
Then I need to have each of my what do you call it? The scenes mapped out, and then
but what did you want
behind it.
Us to do with that?
I thought you were going to put it into ChatGPT and say build a dialogue around this outline.
Holy moly, you should try that.
That's what I figured you would do.
Oh,
I'm working. I don't have time. I don't have time to build out the script yet. I'm working on it slowly.
It's an amazing story, though. Listeners should be warned. I mean, this is going to be a Hallmark number one.
You have such a romantic side to you.
I know. Imagine if I actually sold it. That would be so crazy.
You can't go wrong.
Next year, best hiking book. I mean, you never know, Mike.
But I feel I think I need to hide. I need to create a name that's not a male name. It needs to be a female name to sell to Hallmark because I can't imagine there's no guys writing scripts for Hallmark movies.
Okay, Mrs. Stomp can help you with that for sure.
A novel by Dairy Queen.
M.M.
Yeah.
Eminem.
Yes.
Not the rapper.
Okay, we've completely gone off the rails. Next topic.
Lost it.
Cookies and cream.
Oh, man. This is rough.
All right, next one.
Okay.
We're almost there, kids.
Oh, we got our names next to each category now. That's helpful. Halfway through. It's perfect.
Personal Locator Beacon.
So the winner for Best Personal Locator Beacon is... Can you do a long, slow one of these times?
I did for the SLASR one. I did for the podcast one, but nobody noticed. Next one.
Okay. So this is one of my favorites, too. The winner is Garmin by an overwhelming count.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're taking over. I remember 3 or 4 years ago, it was the runner-up, which is...
Spot.
Yeah. I don't think Spot is as popular anymore.
Yeah. Well, having had to communicate via Garmin, both in emergency and non-emergency situations, I love the Garmin. I have the GPS Map 66i, the big guy, and it's great.
Huh. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was going to ask you, because we did the little hike this weekend, and I saw that you had that big Garmin thing. I was interested in it, but you were preoccupied, so I didn't want to bother you.
I was tripping on my face in those snowshoes.
Yes.
I did that a few times.
Oh, jeez.
It was a struggle hike. Oh, boy. What are you going to do? So
we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay.
On Trail Snack.
All right, so the winner for Best On-Trail Snack is...
Yes.
Snickers.
Wow. That's actually a really clever selection.
I've never had Snickers on Trail Stomp.
Well, think about it. It's fat. There are nuts. There's chocolate. That's a great pick. I'm starting to have faith in the listeners now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have Snickers a lot on trail, and I also like peanut butter M&Ms.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good call.
I saw
Any
your
runner-up
Milky
here?
Way.
Ooh, runner-up was jerky.
Jerky, of course. Slim Jim. And that's probably because they're like right at the register at every gas station on the way to your hike.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, do we have snacks? Oh, shit. We should stop at this gas station right here before we hike.
Yep,
Right?
Pretty much.
exactly.
All right. 3 more. We're almost there.
Local outdoor gear retailer, Brick and Mortar.
Number 46, the winner of the Best Local Outdoor Gear Retailer, Brick and Mortar, is... Oh, yeah, there it was.
Sorry, I ripped my pants.
You just ruined my envelope moment.
Boy.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Okay. Thank you so much. So the winner there is REI.
All right.
Oh, I've got a question about that. Is REI local or is it national?
Yeah, I was hoping to pull out the local guys, which we did in the second place, I guess. Yeah, but good point.
Well, what is second? Who came in second?
Let's see, we have a 3-way tie between Lahoots, which there are multiple locations of, EMS, and Bergen Outdoor.
Nice. Okay, so Lahoots and Bergen popped up, which is fantastic.
Yep.
EMS is definitely northeast, and then REI, I think, is national, so just so listeners know. But listeners selected REI first place. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any of those places.
Absolutely. No, they're fantastic.
Has anybody ever been to Farmway
No.
in Piermont? No. Yes.
I don't have time because I'm always
Vermont?
milking the cows.
No, it's no, it's right into Vermont. It's a great place. Anyways, okay.
Okay. For
Yeah,
what?
hiking gear and stuff. It's like an REI, but it's like in Vermont. I don't know. They call it Farmway, but it's like in Piermont. Is that Vermont?
Well,
Shit,
yeah.
I don't know, but it's a great place.
Yeah,
So
sounds good.
yeah,
And I've heard a lot of good about it as well.
yeah.
I mean, there are definitely options outside of traditional hiking
Yeah.
stores. I get a lot of my stuff at Walmart. It don't matter if you like. Actually, I have a pair of like $10 gloves that I wear every single time I go out.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
vest you're wearing right now is from Farmway. I got it for you.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. So,
Anyway,
Smartphone map tracking app.
where are we? So
2 more.
the winner for best smartphone map / tracking app is Gaia. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, I think that's because I think I said it Gia before, and everyone like somebody.
I
bought a
wrote
coffee,
down
but then
notes
was like,
because
"Don't
I
know."
wasn't sure. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
I'm out of this conversation because I don't use these things. So
Yeah.
you guys,
I
can
don't
take
either.
it.
I
I'm a
don't
big
either.
user of Gaia. I know other people use All Trails, which I think is second place, but yeah, Gaia I love. You just got to download the map ahead of time, and then it tells you where you are. And bring your paper map, obviously, and your compass. But like, if your phone's working, you can just reference Gaia. It'll show you exactly where you are on trail.
Nice.
Huge lifesaver.
Agent Sweezy.
I've been messing around with this app called Wikiloc, LOC, Wikiloc, and it's the one that connects to your Garmin. So you have the Garmin Connect app for your smartphone, and then you have Wikiloc within that. And it's just like an All Trails or any tracking app. And so far, so good. It gives you all the data you'd like, and it's pretty accurate. It's hard to tell from just a couple of uses, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
My only reference to All Trails is whenever I do a search for a trail or some bushwhacking reconnaissance, All Trails pops up with a supposed description of what I'm looking for, but you open it up and there's no information. So I'm not very impressed. But that doesn't say much. I mean, I'm not sure what it does for the actual on trail and whatnot. So, but Gaia takes it.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness. Is this the last category?
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
After hiking brews.
Take it away, Lynn.
All right, here it is, rounding out the 48 categories with the best after hike brews. And the winner is... The winner is one of our beloved sponsors, Reckless Brewing, by an overwhelming lead. Nice job.
Wow.
Ow.
There you go. Fantastic. Yeah, Reckless is great.
Yeah.
I mean, the crew there is phenomenal. They're each member that I've met and worked with is phenomenal. The beers are great. And everybody that shows up is phenomenal. So what can you say? Great stuff.
I had the caprese. It was very good.
Oh, for food?
Yeah, the sandwich. It was delish.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. And the ambiance is phenomenal too. So
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, we have second place too with Tuckerman's.
Nice. I've never been there. I love Tuckerman's. I have a fond memory of Tuckerman's. The first Mount Washington road race, coming down and getting back to that tent, Tuckerman's was serving free draft beer, and I had one, and it tasted like heaven. It's like, wow, that's beer.
Yeah, Tuckerman's is good. They actually have really good burgers there, too.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. So, hey, we made the 48. This is amazing. So, we will be posting all the results, and we will be also posting PDF downloadable prints for the winners to take and print and do what you want with them. And I think this went really well. Any comments by the hosts?
I have some ideas for some new categories.
Yeah, right on. We'll do this again. It was fun.
Yeah, if anybody else listening has ideas, suggestions that you want to let us know, work them in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is great. Very exciting. I'm going to get out of my tuxedo and I'm going to go brush my teeth and go to bed. My small teeth.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you to all of the listeners who submitted votes, and a special congrats to all the winners of this year's Golden Gaiter Awards. Until next year, good night.